You know, we live in a confusing world. Why? I don't know. I'm confused. Actually, I'm not. So stay tuned. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, and we inspire. One of the major obstacles that we all face in life is our tremendously outstanding ability to procrastinate. And one of the reasons that we have that is because we are taught almost from the day that we're born, well, you got to wait for this, you got to wait for that. And the biggest issue with that, and I didn't really discover that so much until I was talking with Eli this week, and then it sort of hit me. Age is the rage. Okay, I can't do this, I can't do that. Let me give you a couple of examples, because if you don't see what it is that prevented you from achieving what you desire to achieve, then that's an obstacle that becomes insurmountable. So let's go back and think a little bit. I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm sure many of you will have similar roadblocks that came up across through your life as you were getting older. You know, age is the rage. First thing is, when can you cross the street? Oh, he's not old enough to cross the street by himself. Okay, you gotta hold hands, gotta look both ways. You remember that? All right, and then riding a bike. Oh, I want to ride. Not yet, you're not old enough, And then when you get on the bike, first you gotta have the training wheels. All right, and you actually needed those. All right, you didn't know it, but you needed those. Then the next thing is about going to school. Now, I don't know about you, but there was sort of two different feelings. One was the excitement of going to school when you were younger, and then the other was the fear of oh boy, I'm going to school. What's going to happen there? And then you overcome that. And then for me personally, I was always like a sports, even as a kid, it was when could I go to the gym by myself? Now you had to be in the town that I lived in Brookline, you had to be at least in the third grade before they'd let you go to the gym and play basketball by yourself. So when I got to the third grade, all right, I get to go to the gym now. Fantastic. Then was like going to the playground by myself. Parents, make sure that they want to watch you and everything. I understand that. I mean, that makes sense. But, you're going over the different milestones. Age is always the barrier. Going to the playground by yourself. Then the next thing is, back in my day, you couldn't play Little League Baseball until you were 9. Now, as soon as you take off your diapers, they put you into a league. All right, but I digress. See, they had T-ball. We didn't have T-ball. We played regular baseball. 9 years old. Oh boy, I'm 9 years old. Now I can, not just play in the playground, I can play on a team, get a uniform. Wow, I'm going to be old enough to get a uniform. And then from 9 years old, you're one of the players. And then when you're 12, though, you're the biggest, you're the strongest, you're the best. And so you waited, to be 12 years old, because now I'm going to be the best players in the league. Then you're in school, you're in grammar school. And where I went to school, it was like kindergarten through 8th in the same building. And then you went to high school after that. But I remember being in the 7th grade, and we were just starting to discover girls, and then we'd hear all the stories about the kids in the 8th grade, about what they were doing at parties with the girls, and it was like, oh, next year we're going to be a big 8th grader. All right, I remember even saying, oh, hey, big 8th graders, big 8th graders, Then you look forward to being, for me, a freshman in high school. All right, there's the apprehension of going to high school, but also the excitement of, all right, in the 8th grade I was, really good athlete. Now we have to go to the next thing, the next level, high school. How good an athlete am we going to be in comparison? And I found that I got knocked down, not one notch, not two notches, but several notches. All right, from the 8th grade to freshman in high school. Then you look forward to being 16, and you say, all right, now I can go out and earn my own money. I can get a job, but I can't do that until I'm 16. Okay, there's those limitations. Then when you're 18, you get to vote. Okay, now this was when I was 18. They used to have a little button that people would wear, 18 by 72, which means they wanted to have the vote. And I was exactly that year. So when I was 18, that was 72. And so when you're 18, you were able to vote, you were able to drink, all right? Ooh, all one day, all of a sudden you can't do it, and the next day you can't, all right? And then going to college, graduate high school, go to college, you live away from home for the first time. Wow. Then when you're 21, everything's legal. Everything's legal. You're responsible now because you're not, 20 and a half, you're 21, now everything's legal. Then graduate from college. What did I want to do as soon as I graduated from college? Boom. Couldn't wait. Wanted to move to California. Always one of my dreams. Next thing, so that was another milestone. Then 25. What happens at 25? Your car insurance gets reduced. Hey, you're a much better driver now at 25 than you were at 24. And also at 25, you start to feel some adventure, because up until that point, you're kind of just sort of feeling your way for the most part. At least I was feeling your way for the most part. You don't have any real direction. And then you start meeting some people and saying, all right, this is my focus. This is what I want to do. Then you become 30 and your life is supposed to change because now you're 30 and you're mature. What are the things supposed to happen? Well, why aren't you married? You're 30, you're not married? You're 30, you're not married? Right? 30, all of a sudden you're mature, you're wise. Why aren't you married? Okay, I wasn't married at 30, and a lot of your friends around you, hey, there's that age, you got to wait for that age. And when you reach 50, you have the business milestones. All right, what have I achieved? All right, I'm 50. Let's go back, let's look, what have I achieved? These are the things I want to achieve. Also, when you go back and you look at some of those things, by 50 I had achieved some pretty good business accomplishments. When you go back and you look at these accomplishments, and the first thing you say to yourself is, boy, I wish I was 25 again. If I knew then what I know now, I could have kicked some serious butt then. And then you start to look, as you get older, age 66, Social Security. Okay, I know, you can collect it at 62 and so on, but for the most part, you're not really wanting to collect Social Security until you're 66, because it doesn't really pay to do that. At least in my case, it didn't. And then you still wish, boy, I wish I were 25. And now, as I'm approaching 68 in a couple of months, what's important now? Family. Well, family is always important. Legacy. That's important. And then health. And when you think about health at my age, you think, boy, I wish I were 30 again. I wish I were 30. But the key things are at this point are legacy, helping your children, seeing grandchildren, and your health. Those are the big things as far as what you're looking forward to. My point here, Eli, is you're going to go through passages of life. You're going to wish I was this age. Your next wish is, boy, I can't wait till I'm 18 because then I get to do this, then I get to do that. You know what? Each age comes with new excitement and new restrictions. And then you look forward to the next age and you think, well, as soon as I reach that, then I'm there. That's never the case. There's always something to look forward to. Keep your curiosity up. Keep your excitement level up. Right now, you haven't even approached the age that is the most exciting, the age between, for my money, between 25 and retirement, because that's when you have the most available to you, the things that you can do. You have the most energy, physically, mentally, opportunity, and there's so much opportunity coming ahead of you. So keep your head up, keep your eyes open, get excited. You're about to reach the most exciting age that there is. All right, and until we get together again next time, remember to always don't ration the passion, Fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.